the Eagles have looked really rough these past couple games. I mean, against against the San Francisco 49ers and now the Dallas Cowboys, what they've given up, what, 75 points and scored 32. So they get now scored 75-32. I mean, that doesn't seem like the championship team that I thought they were. Their defense has been getting run on. They've been giving up passes. I mean, Dak Prescott has been having an unbelievable season, but he was out there, looked like he was routes on air, like he was going against the scout team yesterday. Jalen Hurts has struggled mightily in a lot of these games. Really got a lot of his stuff in garbage time. He had 5 rushes for 30 yards, but he had the costly fumble early in the game. I mean, they were fumbling the ball left and right, and they had fumbled in the game before in Philly, but all those balls bounced right back to him. DeAndre Swift bounced right back to him. Jalen Hurts bounced right back to him, and this week it did not bounce to him. A.J. Brown had 9 catches for 94 yards, but he had the fumble again. Hassan Reddick had 2 sacks. Fletcher Cox had a sack that led to a forced fumble and a touchdown on defense. The Philadelphia offense didn't even score a touchdown. So you got to give all the credit in the world to the Cowboys defense and what they were able to do. Micah Parsons had the early sack. Dak Prescott, 271, 24 of 39, 2 touchdowns. Tony Pollard with probably one of his best games of the season, only 59 yards rushing on 16 carries. Jake Ferguson looked like a complete beast. CeeDee Lamb, 6 catches for 71 yards. Nothing crazy, but he was picking up very important first downs throughout the game. I mean, they look good. They look really good. The Dallas Cowboys look like a team that is going to be competitive later on in this season. I do not think they have enough to beat the San Francisco 49ers, but that's just me. They are sitting at the number 2 seed in the NFC right now. They have some really tough games coming up against the Bills in Buffalo, against the Dolphins in Miami. They got Detroit coming to Dallas, but right now they look like the class, in the class of the NFC. Definite contender. CeeDee Lamb is playing like one of the best receivers in the National Football League. That defense has showed up in big waves. They're bringing 0 pressures. They put pressure on Jalen Hurts all night, made him make quick decisions. He was not accurate in those situations. So, I mean, it's Cowboys ascending, Eagles descending right now. Okay, football season is finally here. And here's one thing every fan should know. You can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. Because no, you can't get your dream running back for your fantasy team delivered with Uber Eats. But flapjacks, baby back ribs, and a cold 6-pack? Yeah, you can definitely get those. Great pass protection? That's a no. Great pizza selection from your favorite places? Yes. Championship defense? No. Deodorant? Yep. A well-executed fake punt? No. Delicious fresh produce? Yes. Game-clinching turnovers? No. But pastry turnovers? You know, the kind with delicious apple filling? Oh, yeah. Because that's groceries. And get those delivered with Uber Eats, too, along with food from your favorite restaurants and other essentials. And the best part? You can get it all without missing a second of action on your TV. So this football season, stay planted on your couch and get anything, well, almost anything you need for game day by ordering on the Uber Eats app. Uber Eats, the official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Alcohol in selected markets. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details. Sean Payton and Russell Wilson and Vance Joseph all deserve a ton of credit for what they've done to turn this team around. This defense has played really well. They held the Chargers to 7 points. They've held, they've been a top 5 scoring defense since that 70-point debacle against the Miami Dolphins. They have been lighting the world on fire. If they make it in these playoffs, they're going to give somebody a tough out. They're going to give somebody a really tough out, whether it's the Miami Dolphins, the Buffalo Bills. If they make it, the Kansas City Chiefs, this is not a team the Kansas City Chiefs want to play. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs already. And this is the first road division win since October 2019. This team is playing inspired. Justin Herbert leaves the game with a fractured index finger. I mean, they could do it. They could do it. They've won 6 of the last 7. and the other game was a dogfight. They're only one game back in the AFC West. Russell Wilson was 21 of 33 for 2 touchdowns, 224 yards, had the interception, but played one of his best games. Javonte Williams is running the ball well. There were a couple throws to Courtland Sutton where he looked like a monster. They need to keep feeding Courtland Sutton. He can play. But again, a head scratcher for Justin Herbert and Brandon Staley. I can't imagine Brandon Staley's going to keep coaching with these kind of performances where your defense doesn't hold up and your offense doesn't score points. I mean, it's been this way for a number of years. The Chargers are now 5-8. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, congratulations to Keenan Allen. He's the fastest player to 900 receptions. He's a guy that I expect to be a Hall of Famer, a guy I competed against. I have a lot of respect for, so congratulations to Keenan Allen, but I'm frustrated for him that he's in this situation because he deserves to be on a winning team in a winning organization and a chance to compete for Super Bowls, and this organization just hasn't given him that. But this Broncos defense, they were stellar, and that's why they are this week's Uber Eats almost perfect defense. This is the segment of the show where we highlight the NFL defense that put on the week's most dominating performance. The Denver Broncos clearly did that. They held the Chargers to 7 points. They had 6 sacks, an interception, and a fumble. The Chargers went 0 for 12 on 3rd down and 1 for 6 on 4th down. Again, I don't know. I think they're going to have a new coach at the end of the year, but I don't call the shots. I'm not Dean Spanos, but maybe he listens to the show. Maybe he should. Because this Denver defense, they went to work. They've been playing outstanding. Vance Joseph was in a bit of a hot seat early on because of the 70 points, and rightfully so. You give up 70 points in a ball game, you're going to be on the hot seat. But this defense, from that point forward, they put their foot down. They traded away some pieces, and they have been one of the best defenses in the National Football League week in and week out. And that is why they're this week's almost perfect defense of the week. And remember, you can order almost anything you want with Uber Eats, the official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Well, that's this week's Week 14 breakdown summary. I know everybody missed my guy, Mitch Eisenstein. I'm sorry. You know, people get under the weather. They get obligations. People are busy. But I still gave you what you needed. I'm still here for you. If you're new to the show, hit that sub button. We appreciate you joining us. We appreciate you spending this Sunday night, this Monday morning, whenever you're watching the show with us. We appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful holiday season. And we'll see you on Tuesday with a special guest. Thank you for joining us. It's been another Richard Sherman podcast. See you next time.